Hello guys, so welcome to the second video of Student Tax Erklärung. So now you can see my screen where I have been doing this tax declaration. Okay, this is the website that I have used. I will put the link of this website in the description as well. Okay, let's go to the first page of this. Like once you have to make the account on this website, and then once you do that, you will come to this page. Okay, the problem is that this website is in German, so I would suggest use Chrome and then Google Translator, and then everything, your life will be easy. The first thing is called Jahres hinzufügen. That means you actually put which year you wanted to do the tax claim. So I did it for 2017. Okay, I did it also last year as well, but I'm just doing this again with you so you understand okay how this form looks like and what to write, where to write, so something like that. So this is the first page. You can translate it if you want, but okay, I already filled out few of the things, and that's why it's showing me over here 2,363 euros or 53 euros. I guess my eyesight is getting weak. Okay. Uh, so let's do this. Okay, that year I have select a year here. This is which year I'm going to do taxes, like for which year. So 2017. My name Gibran, and then Nachname means like last name, your Shahid, Geburtsdatum, your date of birth, and then whatever your address is, Wohnadresse, deine actual Wohnadresse, you will write your address here. If you have your Wohnungsnummer, then you put your address, like your Wohnungsnummer as well. Wohnungsnummer is like your apartment number. Then which finance arms belongs to you. So if like I live in Freiburg city, so Freiburg start is the one, but if you can actually whatever yours is, you can select that one. Okay, then comes to the religion and Familienstand, which just mean religion and your status. So religion, if you are Christian and if you register yourself as a Christian, then select that. If you are not, then you can say okay, nicht Christian steuerpflichtig. That means you are not paying any Christian steuer, like Christian taxes. Then Familienstand, which is like your status, if you are married, if you are separated or whatever, if you're a single parent or whatever it is, you can select I am single, so I will say ledig. Then you say Speichern and weiter, which just means like save and next page. Now let's go to the next page. Okay, next page is called Einkünfte. Einkünfte means like your income. So if you have earned some money, then you can say okay, I have earned this money, and then you can go to forfeit. So if you have earned some money, your employer will give you at the end of the year something like this. At the end of the year, at the end of the contract, something like this, you will get something like this. So all these red dots actually you need in order to fill this form. If you haven't done anything, if you wanted to do the tax return, it's not a problem. You can still do it. Then it's called like you are actually taking your losses to the next year. Okay, what does that mean? If you don't know what does that mean, I would suggest watch my first part of the video. I explain all the after watching the complete video. There's a comment that I pinned in that video on YouTube. Watch that video, read that complete comment, then you will understand okay, you can actually also take your losses to the next year as well. So there's one guy who explained it better, and then I posted his comment on YouTube. So I showed you this loan Steuerbescheinigung thing. From that, I have filled out the data which I had, that my data. Like I have earned 17,000 euros, then I paid this much taxes, solidarity, which is like if you're living in the west, then that means you're paying something to the east. So this is the amount that you paid to the east in order to that they will build themselves up, and all the fields that is necessary. Okay, these numbers are also the same number that is written on the loan Steuerbescheinigung. So nothing to worry about, just copy paste from the loan Steuerbescheinigung to this form. And one more thing, suppose if you have done 2 jobs, so you just have to add those amounts and add it here. You don't have to do it two separate form. You can just add to, like suppose if you have earned, I don't know, 6,000 euros from one job and 7,000 euros from other job, then just add it and then put it here. So that's easy. if you haven't done that thing, then you don't have to fill out this part. You can just over here, this checkboxes, you can uncheck it. Or otherwise, suppose if you are a freelancer, then and you're paying taxes for the freelancing, then you can do that. And if you are getting any of the benefits, like suppose if you're getting the parents, if your Elton Geld means like your parent is paying for something and you're doing some, getting some Krankengeld, which is like if you're ill and this government is paying for you something and something like that, whatever it is, you can add that here. Once you edit that thing, then you can say Speichern and Weiter. Okay, now let's go to the second part. Okay, here I am. So what I am doing here, okay, the first part from when my study will end. So you said, okay, your study will end around this time or whatever your time is. Suppose if it is in 2019, you can say, okay, your study will end in 2019, whatever. So it doesn't have to be 2017, it can be anything in future as well. So, what's your studies? If you're bachelor's, master, diploma, star exam. So I was master's. I studied in renewable energy, which is renewable energy. My semester fee was 145 euros, so I added this 145 euros. And they said like if you have a semester ticket here, then you can also like if I'm reading it right. Uh, let's translate it. You can usually find a semester fee and duties to be paid on the homepage of the university, and you can successfully semester fee for the public transfer on the title. Okay, if you don't have to write your semester ticket amount in this one. You can only write your semester fee here. Even if your semester ticket is included in the semester fee, then write it separately in this Fahrten. There is a different category for it. So Bewegung is like suppose if you're applying for any jobs or something like that, and if you're paying for it, then you can also add this thing here. And they are also like if you're paying for some fees and stuff like that, then you can add it here. Okay, this is the thing that I have told you also in my previous video, that this is the amount that is being paid by the finance arm lump sum. So 240 euros for internet and telephone. You don't have to show any receipts or any proof. You will get 240 euros as it is, and 16 euros for your maintaining your bank account. So it's a fixed amount that you get it from the finance arm. And this is, I think, something which is, I think, usually good for Germans. Suppose if you have taken any kind of loan and you're paying interest on it, then you can add that interest here. If you're paying anything for your alumni, then something here. If you have paid anything for your IELTS, TOEFL, or German test, then you can also add it here. But keep that in mind, only those things that you have paid in Germany, not in your home country. So for me in 2017, actually, I also printed my thesis out, so it was 50 euros. And if I have paid in 2017, okay, when I was doing the tax return for 2016 in 2017, so I have paid also this website's fee, which is 34.9 euros. So I also added that amount here. So this is the thing that you need to add in this category, Ausgaben, and then you can say Speichern and Weiter. Now I come to this part which is called Arbeitsstudienmittel. Okay, this is the part I also told you in my previous video, that you can actually ask money for your computer, laptop, or your printer, or if you bought any smartphone, if you bought any software like MATLAB, 3D Studio Max, or like AutoCAD or something like that, or you have some books that you bought, or you have bought some your, I don't know, if you are working in a lab, then you bought this lab course or anything like that. Whatever you have bought for your work or your study, you can actually claim it here. So if you don't have any receipts or any proof of it, you will get 110 euros as pauschal. Pauschal means lump sum. So if you have no proof, nothing, you will get 110 euros without anything. They will not going to ask anything. But if you bought anything and you have a receipt or proof of it, then you can add it here. Okay, for me, okay, suppose I bought a mobile phone which is Samsung S7, which was around 500 euros. I bought it in 2017, so you can add it in like okay in 2017. But the thing is, even if you bought something in 2016, but Okay, I also told you in this video that there's some depreciation. Like if the cost of your electronic item is more than a certain amount, which is in 2017, which is 487.90. If it is more than that, then it will go to the next year. So there is some depreciation, there is some formula. So this website will take care of it themselves. You don't have to worry about whenever you bought that thing, just write that up. For me, I thought, okay, I bought a laptop, Lenovo ThinkPad. It was 700 euros, and I bought it in 15 June 2016. Whatever I've done, like, okay, I'm just doing this as a mock tax return. This is not the actual value that I've done. So I will show you in the end what I have claimed in 2017 and how the form will look like. So this is just right now the bogus data that I've added. So I would not, okay, don't add something that you haven't bought and you cannot prove it. Otherwise, it will be finance will not say anything. If they ask for the proof and if you don't have it, they will going to subtract it, but it will be a problem. But like if it is one or two things, that's not a problem. But if you do it for many things and you don't have any proof for it, then it could be a problem for you. So please only write those things that you have bought and you have a proof of it. Sprytion and Weitere. Okay, I did that. To the next one. Now I am to the part where it says transportation. So over here I said, okay, I went from this period to this period. I've been to my university, or this is my address, and this is my university address. This is my own address, and that means my address, and Hochschule address where I'm practicing. So this is being calculated itself, but if it's 4 km, but if you're taking a longer route, you can also add there, like, okay, you said, okay, no, I'm taking a longer route, and the distance is 5 kilometers. How many times you've been to the university in a week? So you says, okay, 4 times a week. That is a very good number. They will going to trust you on that. And then this is the bibliothèque, which will mean library. So you can say, okay, what's the address of your library? And then you say, okay, how many kilometers to the library? How many times you've been to the library? You say, okay, you've been to library 2 times a week. And then this is like, suppose if you have taken any holidays, because if you're working, you probably have taken some holidays or some sick leave. So if you have taken some of that, then you can add that number here. I just added 15. I didn't like, this is just a mock tax return. So if you haven't done anything, just you can also put 0. But if you have done something like maybe 10, 15 or whatever it is, you can add that thing. Now this is the place where you will going to add your semester tickets. Okay, Summe der Kosten für Tickets Monats- und Jahreskarte. So your yearly whatever you have paid for your semester ticket or monthly ticket or whatever it is, you will going to add it here. For me, it was 182 euros for year. I added that. If there is something other, then you can also add that here, neue Betrag, and or like suppose if you're working somewhere and you're traveling to that job as well, so you can say, okay, ich habe Fahrten zur Arbeit oder zum Nebenjob. So you can also, if you're working anywhere else, you can add that amount. Your when you add this thing, then you add your employer's address, like where your office is, and then your kilometers. It will calculate your kilometers and how many times you have to go to your work, and then everything will be calculated similarly. Now go to this question and Weitere. Then I come to this part. Okay. Usually, in order to activate this thing, you can say stitch lotion. I can do this thing again for you guys. Okay, this is the part. Okay, usually you only have this Weitere Ausgaben. In this, you can say, okay, Auslandssemester means like foreign semester if you have done your Praktikum, if you've done any internship, if you have any done some workshops or anything like that, that you can also add that thing here. If you have moved from one city to another, then you can add that in this berufsbedingte Umzüge, that you can also add it here. If you have, that I also told you that if you have 2 households that during your internship or Ausland, you can also add that amount here. There are so many things that can be added in that, but it only applies if it's applying to you, then add it. If not, then I would suggest don't do that. So For the Ausland semester, select this one. It will going to add one more tab here. Then what you can do, you say, okay, from which date to, I will do that for you. From which date to, for form, this means like from until, which country you were in, what was your, how you were staying there in a hotel, or you doing some pension, or you are renting a place, or your, like how much you have paid for your accommodation, and how you've been there, like if you've taken a car with you, or if you're using, often if you're using a, how you say, public transport, then whatever it is, you're going to add it here. So let's delete that part. I don't need it because I have not been to the Ausland semester in 2017. But if you've done that, add that. It will going to increase your tax returns. So whatever it is, you can add it here, and after that, you say that Angaben for finance sound. Okay, once you've been to the final part, okay, you need, if you have any message to the finance sound, you can write it here, any information, anything like that. Now your account name would be the same that you have already been given in the personalische Daten. Your IBAN number, your BIC or SWIFT number, your bank name. This is the thing that I also told you before, that this Steuer ID that you need for your tax return. So Steuer ID, how you get it, I would suggest watch the video, the first part of this video, then you'll know how to get this thing. If you have already done the tax return from, then you can also, like suppose if you've done the tax return in 2016, and you will probably get a Bescheinigung from, Bescheinigung is a certificate from the Finanzamt, and then you can also add this thing, and then whatever the number is, you can add it here. Then give your number here, telephone number, that your Finanzamt can reach you if they want. So this is something that is being done. Then you say Zusammenfassung. Okay, once you do the Zusammenfassung, if you have any error, it will tell you, okay, these are the fields that is remaining. Fill that out. For me, it will say, okay, these are the fields that is remaining. I have to fill those fields. Then everything, once everything is being done and everything is complete, it will show you a summary. You can go through the summary. If you forget anything, go back, edit it. You can also, if you wanted to close this website, do it afterwards. You can do it afterwards. Everything will be saved as it is. Once you've done everything, then it will take you to the next page, and then you have to pay over there using, I think, PayPal or credit card, whatever it is. You will pay here. Once you pay the amount, then you will get this page. Okay, this is the form that you will get. You have to print it out, sign it, and then send it to your finance account. Either you can go to them, give it to them personally, or if you wanted to send them by post, it's up to you. So over here, it's written my taxes, sorry, whatever I have earned, my income, my income tax, and my this solidarity surcharge, and all the things that I have given here. Like how many times I've been to this university, what's the amount is 182 euros. It is being calculated automatically. This is the things that I bought, like for my laptop. Okay, over there I have written something else, but over here this is the actual that I have claimed. So in 2016 I bought, for the 2016 laptop I claimed also in 2017, because some of the amount that is being left in 2016 I claimed it in 2017. So this is the laptop, 220 to 440, and in the end I got 660 euros for those things. Then I told you that telephone and internet cost, that is lump sum, that I get it without any proof. This one, 16 euros, that I also get it without any proof. I did the binding for my master thesis, so I put it 50, but it was 30 euros. This is 286 euros that I got it. They didn't ask for me a proof, but if you would have asked me, I had everything as a proof. And this is the thing for my, like, I'm going to the library. So this was addressed to my library, and it says I got 250 euros for that as well. And then whatever I've been how do you say that? I forgot it, but for 52 euros I also get it for this thing. I did this in April 2018 at this time. So this is the form that you get. You will have to sign it up, send it to the finance aunt. Okay, this is the just a short intro how to do your taxes. I would suggest just go through this thing. You can do all by yourself. If it is too confusing for you, then I would suggest hire a lawyer and hire a tax consultant, and he will or she will do it for you. It will also not that expensive. They're probably going to charge you from 50 euros to 100 euros. It depends. So hire a lawyer and then they will do everything for you guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. I would suggest I will also do one last video to share my experience of how much I have claimed during my taxes. What is the letter that I got from the finance aunt, and everything I will show you in the next video, which will be a short video, not that long. And also some of the things that I have learned after making that tax video from the tax consultants. So please subscribe this page if you wanted to watch these videos. The next video that I was also going to do is for the tax returns for the people who are working in Germany, not for students, but the people who are working in Germany. Keep watching this channel if you wanted to know more about Germany. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.